I found a secret phone in my wife's car. And it destroyed everything. I 32M never thought I'd be the guy writing something like this. My wife and I have been married for 4 years, together for 7, and up until a few months ago I genuinely believed we had one of those quietly stable, drama-free relationships. No screaming matches, no trust issues, no jealousy, nothing. If someone had asked me 6 months ago if my wife would ever cheat, I would have laughed. I would have said she wasn't capable of lying, let alone having a whole secret life. But I guess people always say that until the moment they find proof staring them in the face. 3 months ago, her car started making a rattling noise. I told her I'd take it to the shop for her since she's terrible with anything mechanical. She said she'd take care of it herself, which was already unusual, but she left the car at home that morning and took mine instead. I figured maybe she forgot. Before work, I grabbed her keys so I could at least see what the noise sounded like. When I opened the passenger door, my phone slipped out of my pocket and slid under the seat. I reached down to grab it. That's when I saw it, a second phone shoved against the metal rail, wrapped in a cracked black case. Her actual phone was upstairs charging. This one, I had never seen before. I picked it up and my hands were already shaking. It wasn't locked. Just a swipe opened the home screen. There were notifications, dozens of them. Messages. Calls. Late-night timestamps. And a name I didn't recognize, saved with a heart next to it. Part of me didn't want to look, didn't want to confirm what my gut already knew. But I tapped the messages anyway. The first one I saw said, "Did he buy the story about the late shift?" Another, "I miss you." Counting the hours. Then, "I wish I could fall asleep next to you every night." Every part of me went cold. I scrolled. There were photos, nothing sexual, but intimate. Her laughing in a way she hadn't laughed with me in a long time. Him at some hotel. Selfies of the two of them together inside his car, her head on his shoulder. One message hit me harder than the rest. "He's a good man. He doesn't deserve this." And her reply, "I know. But I can't stop." I don't remember sitting down, but suddenly I was on the garage floor staring at this phone like it was a bomb. I didn't confront her right away. I didn't scream or cry or break anything. I just put the phone in my pocket and sat there until I physically couldn't feel my legs anymore. When she came home, she acted completely normal. She kissed my cheek, asked about my day, talked about dinner. I looked at her and felt like I was watching a stranger wearing my wife's face. That night, after she showered, I placed the burner phone on the bed between us. She froze. Went pale instantly. She didn't even try to lie. She just sat down and whispered, "You weren't supposed to find that." I asked her how long. She said 9 months. I asked her why. She said she didn't know. I asked her who he was. She said a man from work, someone who made her feel alive again. I asked her if she loved him. She didn't answer immediately, and that silence told me more than any confession could. She never apologized. Not really. She cried, but it wasn't remorse. It was fear. Fear of losing comfort. Fear of losing stability. Fear of the consequences she created. She said things like, "It didn't change how I feel about us, and it was just emotional at first," and the classic, "It didn't mean anything." But the text said otherwise. The photos said otherwise. Her face said otherwise. I grabbed a bag and left that night. She tried to block the door, grabbing my arm, saying we should talk when we're calm. I told her I had been calm for 9 months apparently, because that's how long she'd been lying to my face. She has since tried everything: promises, guilt, manipulation, love bombing, rewriting the narrative, even claiming I was overreacting because nothing physical happened for a long time. As if a timeline makes it less of a betrayal. As if months of lying, sneaking, hiding, deleting, planning, loving someone else behind my back is somehow better than a single stupid mistake. Her final message to me last night said, "Are you really going to throw away our marriage over one bad decision?" But here's the truth only I seem to understand. She didn't just cheat. She built a second relationship. A second version of herself. A second life. And she left me out of all of it. So now I'm sitting alone in a quiet apartment, wondering how someone can promise forever while texting someone else they wish they could fall asleep next to them every night. And I keep asking myself, am I wrong for walking away without trying to fix it? Am I overreacting for choosing self-respect over reconciliation? Because right now, it doesn't feel like overreacting. It feels like waking up from a lie I didn't know I was living in.